Proper storage techniques for asparagus. As with all perishable foods, understanding and implementing proper storage techniques for asparagus is crucial to maintaining its quality and safety. Preserving freshness and flavor. The taste of asparagus is delicate and can be easily compromised by improper storage. When stored correctly, asparagus retains its unique flavor profile, which can be a delightful addition to a variety of dishes. Freshness not only affects taste but also the texture of the asparagus, keeping it crisp and enjoyable to eat. Preventing nutrient loss. Fresh asparagus is a goldmine of vitamins and minerals, including vitamin K, folate, and fiber. Reducing food waste. Improper storage often leads to premature spoilage, which in turn leads to waste. By understanding the proper ways to store asparagus, you can extend its shelf life, reducing the amount of food that is thrown away. This not only saves money, but is also beneficial for the environment. Signs of spoilage. It is important to recognize the signs of bad asparagus. Slimy texture, foul smell, and discoloration are all indicators that the asparagus is no longer good to eat. Consuming spoiled asparagus can lead to foodborne illnesses and a less than pleasant culinary experience. The best way to store fresh asparagus. Here's how you can keep your asparagus fresh. Step 1. Trim the ends. Trimming the ends of asparagus is crucial because the ends are often woody and fibrous. By removing the ends, you also allow the asparagus to absorb moisture more efficiently, which can keep it fresh. Step 2. Moisture is key. Asparagus, much like cut flowers, requires moisture to stay fresh. However, too much water can lead to rot and mold. Step 3. Cover for freshness. Covering asparagus is a balancing act. You want to maintain high humidity around the vegetable to prevent it from drying out, while also allowing for enough air circulation to prevent mold growth. The right coverage can significantly extend the freshness of your asparagus. Step 4. The right spot in the fridge. The location of where you store your asparagus in the fridge can affect its longevity. The crisper drawer is typically the best spot, as it provides a consistent environment that is ideal for fresh produce. It's also important to keep asparagus away from ethylene-producing fruits, like apples and bananas, which can hasten spoilage. The best way to store asparagus in the fridge. Not everyone has the space or resources to store asparagus standing up in water. Step 1. Paper towel technique. Using a damp paper towel to wrap the ends of asparagus stalks is a simple yet effective method. The moisture from the towel keeps the ends from drying out, which can keep the stalks firm and crisp for a longer period. Step 2. Wrap to retain moisture. Wrapping asparagus in plastic or a specialized produce bag can help to maintain the ideal humidity level around the vegetable. This method prevents excess moisture loss, which can lead to wilting and loss of flavor. Step 3. Avoid contaminants. When storing asparagus in the fridge, it's important to protect it from cross-contamination. Keep asparagus separate from raw meats and other potential sources of contamination to ensure it remains safe to eat. Step 4. Monitor and use timely. Even with optimal storage conditions, asparagus will not last indefinitely in the fridge. Regular checks for freshness are important, and it's best to use the asparagus within a few days to enjoy its peak flavor and texture. Tips for storing asparagus temperature. Matters. Asparagus should be kept cool, but not too cold. The fridge should be set at the right temperature to keep the asparagus fresh without risking frost damage. Use before expiration. The sooner you can use asparagus after purchasing, the better. While proper storage can extend its life, fresher asparagus will always taste superior. Avoid excess moisture. While asparagus needs moisture to stay fresh, too much can be detrimental. Avoid washing the asparagus before storage to prevent accelerated spoilage. Reviving limp asparagus. If your asparagus has gone limp, soaking it in cold water can often rejuvenate it. This can help bring back some of the vegetable's natural crispness and make it more palatable. Freezing for longevity. For those looking to keep asparagus fresh for extended periods, freezing is a viable option. The process of blanching, cooling, and freezing can preserve asparagus for several months. How to tell if asparagus has gone bad. Knowing when asparagus has gone bad is important for both food safety and enjoyment. Texture changes. A change in texture is often the first sign that asparagus is past its prime. Fresh asparagus is firm and snaps easily, while spoiled asparagus may become limp or slimy. Off-putting odors. Asparagus has a naturally mild, slightly earthy smell. An unpleasant odor is a clear indication that it should not be consumed and should be discarded immediately. Visual cues. Asparagus that is bright green with vibrant tips is fresh. Any significant changes in color, such as yellowing or darkening of the stalks, are signs of decay. Testing firmness. Gently squeezing the asparagus can help determine its freshness. Fresh asparagus should resist slightly to pressure, while older asparagus may feel mushy or overly flexible. Storing asparagus in the freezing asparagus is a great way to preserve its quality over time. Here's a step-by-step guide to doing it right. Step 1. Clean and trim. Before freezing, it's essential to thoroughly wash and then dry the asparagus to remove any dirt or bacteria. Trimming the ends ensures that only the best parts of the asparagus are preserved. Step 2. Blanching is crucial. Blanching asparagus is a critical step before freezing. It helps to kill off any surface bacteria and enzymes that can cause spoilage, and also locks in the color and flavor of the asparagus. Step 3. Quick cooling. After blanching, it's important to cool the asparagus quickly to stop the cooking process. This step ensures that the asparagus retains its texture and doesn't become overly soft when thawed. Step 4. Freeze individually. Laying out the asparagus on a baking sheet to freeze individually helps to prevent the stalks from sticking together. This makes it easier to use just the amount you need later on, rather than having to thaw the entire batch. How to use frozen asparagus. Frozen asparagus can be used in a variety of dishes and can be a convenient option when fresh asparagus is out of season. Cooking without thawing. Adding frozen asparagus directly to hot dishes saves time and helps to preserve its texture. This method is perfect for quick stir-fries, soups, and pasta dishes. Adjusting expectations. It's important to note that frozen asparagus will have a different texture from fresh. It's best used in dishes where the asparagus is mixed with other ingredients or where a slight change in texture won't be noticeable. Creative Uses frozen asparagus isn't just for side dishes. It can be pureed to create flavorful soups, dips, or sauces, adding a touch of green and a boost of nutrients to any meal. Conclusion. Proper storage techniques are essential for keeping asparagus fresh and delicious. By following these tips, you can enjoy fresh asparagus for longer and reduce food waste. Whether you store it in a container of water, wrap in a damp towel and plastic, or freeze it for later use, you can enjoy the full flavor and benefits of this nutritious vegetable.